Hey, this is J-Man with MusicMarauders.com here with Signal Path in Ann Arbor on a rainy fall evening. How are you guys this evening?
Doing well. Doing good.
Doing good? Awesome.
Yeah.
How does Signal Path differ from other bands on the scene, kind of doing that electronica, jamtronica kind of sound? I mean, what do you guys kind of do differently?
Well, I don't know. We've been doing it for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been thinking about it and working with it for like 8 years now. So it's kind of not really a new thing for us.
That's it.
I'd say that's sort of unique
Mm-hmm.
to us. We definitely incorporate a lot of acoustic instruments into our production, which is pretty unique.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we have 3 live musicians on stage,
Sure.
as opposed to just like a producer in a laptop.
Right.
But yeah, let's say, what do you think? Did I miss anything there?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it to me is the incorporation of like roots music, in our backgrounds. I mean, Ryan comes from a place where he grew up listening to a lot of reggae and bluegrass and stuff like that, which definitely makes its way into the music in a major way. And I think that's a conscious effort. And I grew up in the South where kind of like the New Orleans style rhythm was what I grew up listening to and really loved.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is what I bring to the table as far as like rhythm is concerned, as far as the live set is concerned. So it's like we try to blend. We really aren't trying to shy away from what made us into musicians and live instrumentalists.
Right.
Again.
One thing I really like about Signal Path and what you guys have kind of done over the years is it's a really organic sound. I appreciate that, like you said, the background of what you guys enjoy kind of shines through, and it's a really organic sounding.
Absolutely.
Can you guys talk a little bit about your new album, Imaginary Lines?
Definitely. With this album, we pretty much just wanted to make something that was pretty artful and also listenable at the same time. So we weren't really trying to make like club bangers or anything like that. I think we really just kind of, I'm speaking for myself. I just spent a lot of time in the studio just thinking about making music that's interesting to listen to and also unique. There's definitely a lot of crossover. We've got some like Johnny Cash samples, a lot of mandolin, a lot of acoustic guitar, pedal steel guitar and stuff like that. But just trying to kind of bend the rules a little bit and make something interesting that people can listen to that isn't like the weirdest thing they've ever heard, but also not like
So
totally
obscure and not too far gone.
Right, yeah, I mean just something, we just wanted to make something unique that's like, an album that someone would listen to and not be able to hear something like that anywhere else without being like totally out.
I thought the new album was very unique. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about it, and one of the things that was said early on is like this is a record that we want to put out that that can stay with people, that maybe won't get dated, that it will be that you can put on in your house and like live your life and like listen to. It's not something that is I mean, hopefully there's a couple of tracks that you like get you hyped up and you like go out with your friends and like crank it and everyone is getting ready for the night or whatever, but like really it's a record that's pretty introspective and and I think it's one that really speaks especially to Ryan's kind of just like creative depth. And I think for me it's Signal Path's the music created for Signal Path on this album is some of the deepest music that the project has ever put out.
Mm-hmm. That's it, definitely. You guys have been touring since '02. What is your strategy when it comes to the road and touring? Is it volume of dates? Is it selected cities? Is it having good promotions in each city, or how do you guys?
Well, it's all of those things. I mean, except for volume of shows. I mean, we toured for years in a school bus, doing 250 plus dates a year, and I mean, that was a great thing at the time. But now, we have lives, and we've realized that that's not necessarily a something that we want to do
Right.
100% of the time. Like we treasured the moments being able to go out and perform and play the fans and come out and rage, you know. But
Right.
you know, when it comes down to it, like keeping a real balance was something that we talked about very early on. We decided to keep, continue doing this project and keep moving it forward. And
I'm sure that's kind of
and I
contributed
think,
to your longevity.
well, definitely, and I think that it's something, over the last couple of years, Ryan and I decided that what we were going to do was, put something together that made sense and not something that was just spinning our wheels. We're gonna, if it makes more sense to go out and do 3 nights a week on the weekends and then be home for a few days and then go out and do 3 or 4 dates and be home, that not only is going to lead to longevity, like you said, but it's also, makes us just healthier people, and we're playing better shows because we're playing at better nights.
Sure. Where have you guys been focusing on as far as touring goes? I mean, you guys Midwest or West Coast, East Coast, what have you been doing? You're just kind of all over the place. Or?
It's kind of weird for us just because of our tour history. We have kind of just pockets of fans all over the country. It's not like a thing that we grew, from one spot. So, I mean, we really do cover the gamut. We'll go, like, we're everywhere, really. So we just kind of really spread it out around the U.S.
How has the tour been going thus far?
It's been really fun, actually.
How's the turnout been?
It's been good.
Has it?
Yeah.
It's been solid. This has been the most successful tour we've ever done. And what makes this tour unique for us is that for the first time, we were able to approach other artists that we really, really respect and be able to do headlining dates with them, co-headlining dates, including, just some of our favorite producers, such as, Blockhead, for example, who, is just, one of the more innovative underground hip hop producers, and then we did some shows with E-Prom, and we're doing some shows with Blue Tech, and, we're playing with Designer Drugs in Missoula, and, we're doing, we're really kind of branching out and like realizing that this is a team sport, and we can go out and really work with some of our heroes and some of the people doing really innovative music, and create something that's, that's bigger than just us.
Do you guys have anything that you guys want to promote? You probably should say your website, of course.
SigmaPathMusic.com.
And then do you guys have anything coming up as far as shows that you want to promote? Or?
Well,
Check out the new album.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of dates coming up, and we're going to be doing, definitely we have to shout out our, original hometown, Missoula. But Denver is where we live now, and we're doing a lot of focusing on that market and like really trying to make that feel like home.
I'm moving up to Denver in about a month.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
You guys have more?
But I think, really, I mean, it's about the free music that we're putting out. We put out, our last 2 albums for free.
The fans really appreciate that. It's nice that we can.
And we felt a lot of love from that.
And hopefully that shows in people coming out and supporting you on the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys' time tonight. Thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah.
JManMusicMarauders.com. You're listening to